Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back. We've got a Pounds for Purrs workout. You may remember this gym, so if you have been watching before quarantine or have gone back to watch the videos before lockdown, you'll recognize this space. And this is the location that I had been using for that program, or at least for that part of that program. And I just decided to go back to it. It's been a long time. It's been over a year. So I figured, why not see what it's like? And I'm actually kind of happy I did. It was a nice change in scenery, and I do remember the equipment at this particular location. So I got right into the workout, and basically I went to a Crossramp for my warm-up and did I did an interesting amount of distance. I didn't go to a whole number like a quarter or a half mile. I went to 0.3. So 3/10 of a mile. And the reason why I did that is just because I got to a quarter mile and I honestly felt fine. I felt like that was enough. It was sufficient. It had been raining and it was very humid, so it did not take long for me to get a sweat going. And as a result, I just figured cut it well before a half mile. That would have been unnecessary. And so that took 3 minutes and 53 seconds. Okay, so here's the 10x4 with the reverse grip row. So of course warm-up sets were the same, 10 with 135, 8 with 185, and here's 210 for working sets, 90 seconds of rest in between sets, and I just went right through them. As you can see, I just went right through those. And here we've got the dip. So this dip station is different from the one I have been using. They don't V out, and also these are wider. Even with the close grip option, which I'm using, it's still relatively wide and wider than the bars that I had been using at the other location that I was going to. So just a little adjustment to make. Nothing bad, nothing really too much, but I did feel the difference. So I did a set of 8 with 25 pounds, so I didn't do any with just body weight. And then here is the 10x4 with 55 pounds, 90 seconds of rest in between sets, and it was a good dip day. Just definitely felt a slight difference in the width that I had to get accustomed to. So I'm not used to using this machine. Even when I was going to this location regularly, I never used the dip station, at least not that I remember. Maybe for an odd day here or there, maybe I did dips, but I honestly don't remember if I did. And so yeah, just a little bit of a wider grip, and that's pretty much it. And it's funny because I instinctually grabbed two 25s and a 5, where I could just grab a 45 and a 5 and it'd be a little easier. It's just the memory of just always going and defaulting to 225s that just kind of stuck with me. So I realized that about halfway through, and I just kind of felt funny just because I could have just made that a little easier instead of loading 3 plates to load 2, but that's alright, no big deal. Now for accessories, this is where it gets interesting, because it doesn't make any sense. It really doesn't. And when I say this, I really mean it. And what I'm going to say is, not all towers, when you see a cable crossover station, whenever you see a cable pulley station, I don't believe they're all equal. I really don't. And so it'll make sense in just a moment. Basically, I went to a hammer curl, a cable hammer curl with a rope attachment. And I like that exercise. I have a pretty good idea of what I would use at the other location and what's right and where I'm at and where I'm progressing to. Today, I decided to do something similar, and what I did was I did a set of 8 with 60 pounds. That would be a pretty good warm-up weight, probably towards the upper echelon before getting into working sets, but I did 60 pounds and it felt like nothing. It really felt like nothing. And then I went to 80 pounds, also, same thing, felt like nothing. So I knew that, okay, let's see where we go with this. And then I went to 100 pounds, same deal. And so here were my working sets for the day. I did a set of 8 with 130, a set of 8 with 140, and a set of 8 with 150, and that was the max. That was full stacking. It was at 150. I don't think 150 is supposed to feel that easy. So I don't know. It said 150 pounds, and it had the LBS period, so it was in pounds and nothing else, but it just felt way too easy. But I did full stack it for that last set, and I could probably do 3 sets straight across with 150, but Anywho, that kind of just shows the difference. Also, I went with a V-bar pushdown, which I have been intending to do at some point, but I just always choose something else for some reason. And so with the V-bar pushdown, similar thing. So based on the way the hammer curl went, I started with a set of 8 at 100 pounds, which isn't all that unheard of. I used to be pretty strong at the pushdown and had been upwards of like 200 plus pounds, but it's been a long time, and so I did that first set of 8 with 100, felt like nothing, so I did 3 sets of 8 with 150, so I was full stacking it, and even that didn't even feel difficult. I had to make it more challenging by going at a very slow tempo, which I don't normally do, but it was the only way I could actually get a little bit more out of the exercise. And that was the workout. I may come back to this location again, but we'll see. Alright, y'all, thank you so much, and adopt, don't chop.